What up, what's happening, everybody? My name is Charles Blades, and this is the Current Gaming Podcast. Today I'm joined by Drew Scheffler. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody?
And David Morgan. What's going on, bro?
How's it going?
So this is the 6th episode, part 2, Deluxe Edition, that we're going to do. Just talking about the Nintendo conference and kind of wrapping up E3 as a whole. We're going to be back to our regular schedule next week, where it posts every Monday, and then Current Goes Retro every Wednesday, and Hot Take every Friday. Let's just break it down real quick with the Nintendo's conference. They started off with somebody boxing, and they talked about arms for a second. And then they hit with the Megaton that stole E3. They showed Rocket League gameplay coming out this holiday 2017 on the Nintendo Switch. Has exclusive features, is able to play with Microsoft and PC, but not Sony. So, how hyped are we for Rocket League on Switch? Drew?
I'm excited for it.
Yes, you fucking are.
Okay. My younger brother plays on PC a little bit, and I never got a chance to play with him, so that'll be a way of doing that.
I don't think you'll be able to party with people.
Well, no, he has a Switch too, so.
Oh, I see.
We'll have a chance to at least play doubles with him.
Good.
So I think that'll be fun. I'm interested to see what the exclusive content for cars is.
They said Mario and Luigi hat.
They said
there'd be vehicles.
They're exclusive vehicles as well. So I'm interested to see what kind of Nintendo vehicles we could get in Rocket League for.
Yeah, what would you do? What if you could drive a Yoshi?
No, it'd be the Koopa clown car or something.
Oh yeah, it probably would be.
That'd be fun.
Something from Mario Kart most likely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll do really well on the Switch, and of course I want the developers to be supported, and I think it'll sell well. So
yeah,
I'm excited to see it
in a heartbeat. I'm definitely I haven't double dipped on a game in a while, but this is definitely something without question I'm double dipping on. David, what do you think? I know you're not as hyped on it because
I'm just real fucking anxious about it, and it's making me really worried because I love the game and I play on PS4 where we play threes all the time, so I've got this itching anxiety in the back of my mind. It's they're gonna fucking abandon you, they're gonna go play on Switch forever, you're not gonna have any ranked partners, which you guys have already said you won't. We'll play.
Yeah, we would.
But
do that.
Still, I got another friend that's I'm gonna get it on Switch, and I'm like, dude, I've tried to get everybody to play this game, and if you haven't hopped on the bus by now, you feel like you're bad at it. So some of our friends don't like to play it as much with us because they're not as as practiced, and I understand that, and I don't want to get it on Switch because I have a lot of money put into it on PS4. I have a lot of items that I've spent a lot of money on because I got the game for free, so I don't feel as bad about doing that because usually I don't pay for cosmetics. But I don't want to leave all that behind. And plus, I like having analog triggers, and that seems like a small little nitpick, but I feel like just having max speed only will make it a little harder to because in the competitive scene, if I do get it on Switch, I'll play quick play and casual and stuff, and maybe ranked because it won't matter with my friends. But I want to stick to PS4. I just hate what Sony's doing with this hard-headedness about not having crossplay. They said in an interview today that it was because they wanted to curate the online features very closely for their consumers, which Nintendo is allowing crossplay. And the guy interviewing Sony exec was like, Nintendo allows this, and they're very friendly with kids, and they worry a lot about that. What's going on? And he just said, well, that's just something that we're gonna have to look at down the line, basically a bullshit no answer.
Yeah, that's a bullshit answer. They don't care about that. That's not the reason at all.
I hope they change because they're usually not this consumer unfriendly.
The reason this is happening is because Sony is in the lead. So why let?
It does nothing but help their competition though to do this. Because people say, well, I'm not gonna buy it on PS4 because then I can't play with my friends on Xbox. I'm not gonna buy it on PS4 because I can't play with my friends on the Switch. So the community will be bigger.
In theory, if maybe for Rocket League, yeah, that's true. But so if Rocket League can do it, then why can't Destiny do it? And you open those floodgates, and then you start getting into the fact that Sony sells systems based on Destiny having exclusive content and based on Call of Duty having exclusive content.
But you can have exclusive content and still have crossplay. Rocket League has exclusive content and still has crossplay. There's no issue.
I'm just saying from Sony, I don't agree with that. I think that's stupid and fucked up in segments, communities, and stuff like that. But I'm just saying from their point of view, you want people to play Destiny on PS4 to buy a PS4.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
if you don't let Destiny go, if you let Rocket League go over, then Bungie comes up to Sony and says, "Hey, why can't our game be on everything?" Because from a developer standpoint, you want everybody to be able to play with
Of
everybody.
course. Yeah.
So Sony does lets Rocket League do it. So then the floodgates are open for everybody. And from Sony's point of view, that's a bad thing because they want, if somebody, like I was just talking to, I have a friend who plays mainly on Xbox, thinking about maybe buying a PS4 to be able to play Destiny with me. And like if Sony didn't have that boundary between them, then that wouldn't be a conversation. And like that's the reason. That's
from a make as much money as we can perspective. I
It's
understand
shitty.
it.
No, it's shitty. Like
And that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only reason. But yeah, it sucks.
100%.
I hope they backpedal on that by the holiday. They have time to think about it. I hope the community raises hell. Luckily, PC and PS4 is still crossplay. I'm not worried about the community shrinking. I'm just worried about not being able to play with my friends the way that I want to.
Yeah,
So
it's real.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then after that, they give a pretty cool, I thought, trailer for Xenoblade. Is it Xenoblade 2 or Xenoblade Chronicles 2? I don't know what it's.
I think it's just Xenoblade.
Xenoblade 2.
Xenoblade 2.
And they confirmed again coming out holiday this year.
Mhm.
Which I was like we haven't seen much from that game, so like I was I kind of assumed that game was probably gonna get delayed. But I thought it was a cool trailer. I thought the different locales and stuff like that. But I'm like sold on like every JRPG basically. You know what I'm saying?
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I thought it was not great.
Yeah.
I thought the voice acting was really bad. I remember there being a line like "Take this."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh no!"
It definitely
There
did have
was
some of the JRPG cheese.
big anime titties.
Yeah, they were
and,
wobbling around.
Just like I was like, I don't know about this, but I've never played Xenoblade. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, I
What do
didn't
you
play the
think?
first one either. Drew, how do you feel about this?
Actually, during the Treehouse, they had a lot of gameplay for it.
Yeah.
It didn't look fantastic to me. So, I mean, I never played the first Xenoblade either. So, it's not something that I'm really that interested in. I mean, of course, I like RPGs and JRPGs. I just don't think this one's necessarily in my wheelhouse that I would be interested
Mhm.
in.
Mhm.
The only thing that I have to say about like the holiday 2017 date, whether we've seen a lot about it or not, it's I mean, they've like doubled down kind of on that date. The first time they showed it, they said holiday 2017, and they're back in it again saying holiday 2017. So it's kind of like, you know, if you
Yeah,
have
it's
an
coming.
Nintendo Direct from, which they probably will have one or two at least from here to the holiday, and they again show Xenoblade and they say holiday, like if they don't hit that, they're stupid.
Oh yeah, you're fucking up.
So you
if
just
they
you keep
it
backing
empty
it and
like that.
backing it, and then you don't hit it. I mean, that's not good marketing on their part. So I think it'll come out in the holiday. It's not something I'll pick up though.
Then the Nintendo started leaving the breadcrumbs, or bread trails. What is it? How does the phrase go?
Breadcrumb Trail.
Breadcrumb trail? I don't know. It's
It's
from
done by,
the story about the two little people, right? The brother and the sister.
Hansel and Gretel. Yes.
Yeah, it's from
Yeah,
that,
that's the
right?
one.
All right.
That is the one.
So
Yes.
they started leaving the bread trails, their entrails, and showed Kirby, which is coming out in 2018, which they had previously talked about. All the stuff they were going to show is coming out this year. So then at that point, all guards were off, I felt like. And I thought
Yep.
Kirby looked cute. Kirby's cute.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm not sold on Kirby at all. Like, it's fine. I don't know if you guys care about Kirby at all.
I fucking love Kirby.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I'm
I-
so
I
hyped for
like
them. It looked so good. It looked like return to form
Mhm.
Kirby with the old companions, and I gotta have the Will-O-Wisp fight, the big tree fight. Yeah, I'm fucking in. I'm all in on this game. Power combining is back, finally. Like I played Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards, until as long as the day was, and when I was little, and it was fucking so fun. And power combining was what made that game for me, and it looks like they're bringing it back. So really hyped for that, for sure.
Yeah, Drew?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm glad that we're not getting like a bullshit first party game. You know what I'm saying, from Nintendo. So I'm glad that they're kind of, like David said, returning to form on some things in these games, and I think that will help sell consoles because just as like Legend of Zelda sold consoles for people in Mario Kart, and so Odyssey, ARMS, etc. I think that there are people that are just diehard fucking Kirby fans, and if you see like a return to form and something like that, I think that not anywhere compared to like Legend of Zelda, but it'll sell games or
Yep.
systems.
That person is not me. Kirby sucks. That was a joke. Then after that, they dropped really probably the Megaton. I would go as far as to say the biggest surprise of the show. Is that the biggest surprise of all the conferences? Is that too far out there? In Metroid Prime 4, which is coming.
You talk about Yoshi.
Well, that was after. They're in the wrong order. It doesn't matter.
Oh, well, whatever.
It doesn't matter. Well, yeah, Yoshi was the biggest surprise of the show.
Yoshi, I thought that's where you were going.
Holy shit!
Really?
But Metroid Prime 4
these are in order.
is in development. Well, I'm talking about Metroid Prime.
That's fine.
All right, is in development currently. I've never played the Metroid Prime game, so I don't have this affinity for everybody that loves them. But I'm sure you guys can talk all day about this.
Oh, Metroid's so good.
So yeah, how hyped are you for Metroid 4? Metroid Prime 4.
I'm really excited. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about it, David. Like I've been a pretty big fan of Metroid, playing like the older ones, and then also playing like the trilogy. I was really excited to see this announcement. But I mean, just in general, it says they're working on it, so I don't think we can expect it next year. Maybe
yeah, I don't see this game anytime soon.
Well, I don't know about that, but it'll definitely come out before like Beyond Good and Evil 2 and everything, because I don't think well, Nintendo in no way would ever say we're doing something like this and not deliver.
No, I don't think they've ever just straight up canceled a huge title, have they?
Yeah, I really don't think they have.
There's probably something. Leave it in the comments.
They kept pushing back Zelda, but they never like canceled anything.
Yeah.
Pretty reliable, I'd say.
Yeah.
That it's coming out.
They just don't talk about their franchises they're not doing, like F-Zero and whatnot.
No.
Do you care, David? Do you care Retro's not making it?
Not really, because what was left of Retro has pretty much moved on.
Yeah.
I heard good things about the director of this game. I don't remember his name, but the studio was tailor-made for Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
Using some of the newer blood in the studio. So yeah, I'm sure that they'll pull it off. I was too bad at video games when Metroid Prime was coming out to like really sit down and like beat them, because they're pretty tough.
Yeah,
they just weren't my cup of tea when I was younger. If I played them now, like I think there's like a trilogy for Wii U or something. I should pick that up.
Yeah, it's on the
Wii,
on the virtual, like the eShop.
I should really pick that up and play it.
Speaking of the trilogy, though, I was really thinking about it. I think one of the things that Nintendo could really profit from, just because Metroid Prime 4 will be it's a ways out, is porting the trilogy to the Switch.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be that hard for them too. So
not that hard for them. Charge like $40 and give everybody the trilogy, because anybody that tries to jump into Metroid Prime 4 is probably not going to know what's going on if they haven't played them before. Definitely. So just giving everybody a way to understand the story would be awesome, and I would love to play it again on the Switch.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, no, that could be like the notable absence I felt like from this conference was the virtual console not being mentioned at all. Which like I wasn't 100% it was gonna get mentioned, but I was like I wasn't. I don't know. I was like in the middle. I was like, this could definitely happen, and it not coming up says to me like that's not maybe a priority for them until they launch the online service, which they said is gonna have like the NES stuff on there. So maybe that's when we get to hear about it. But after Metroid was Yoshi, coming out in 2018. I thought it looked really cute. It looks kind of like the Yarn Yoshi game. As far as like what they showed, I didn't think it looked that great, if I'm being totally honest. Like with the shooting people and stuff, but I'm sure it'll. Like I Yarn Yoshi, like from everything I heard about it, it was like pretty cool, but like it wasn't like groundbreaking or anything like that. And I kind of feel like this Yoshi's gonna fall in the same boat.
Yep, most likely.
I'm trying to remember what game engine they're actually using for this new Yoshi.
Yeah,
I think it was. I don't want to say Frostbite, but it was like a newer.
It definitely wasn't.
It was a newer game engine that was like.
Yeah, it might be like something Nintendo like internally developed or something like that.
Yeah.
Then after that, was it the announcement that they're making a mainline Pokemon game on Switch?
Yep.
I think that was next.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. That's honestly that's a huge news, because not only for the Pokemon franchise, for them making a mainline Pokemon game, for all their handheld franchises, so Fire Emblem and stuff like that. That's like a signal that hey, maybe the 3DS we're starting to wane this out, even though they did announce some 3DS stuff later on. They are starting to wind it down.
That's a big keystone for the 3DS, kind of being pushed to the side a little bit. That's going to be the Switch's, you know, system seller game, if anything. It's like Pokemon is just especially in Japan, just guarantees millions of sales.
You put like a Pikachu on each Joy-Con or something like that. It'll
the red cheeks on each Joy-Con.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be adorable.
There you go.
Then after that was Fire Emblem Warriors, which they again confirmed coming out this fall. I'm not really into the Omega Force games, but Drew, I know you tried Hyrule Warriors. Like, do you care at all about this one?
I mean, I tried Hyrule Warriors. Again, they had a pretty lengthy gameplay in the treehouse. It looks fun. I don't know. I wouldn't say that I'm more of a fan of like the Fire Emblem world versus the Hyrule and everything. Yeah, that's not true, but I think it fits a little bit better. So, I mean, depending on when it actually comes out, it kind of constitutes whether I feel like buying it or not. Because if it releases in October, like, I'm just not gonna fucking buy it.
Yeah, October's crazy.
There's no fucking way.
After we end this, David, do you care at all about the?
Give a fuck. I don't care about Musos, not even a bit.
Muso kind of games. Then after that was Legend of Zelda DLC. What was it called again?
The Master Trials.
Yeah, Master Trials.
First one.
Oh no, the second one.
The Champion's Ballad.
All right, and that's the one that's coming out June 30th, right?
The Master Trials is coming out June 30th,
okay.
And then Champion's Ballad's holiday.
That's the bigger one, right?
Yeah, that's supposed to be the story
mainline story expansion.
Okay. Yeah, the Trials look like you're gonna fight like a fucking really difficult Lionel. You're gonna fight a really fucking difficult Stone Talus of some sort. It just looks like you're gonna be fighting like all the big bosses that you could find randomly in the world, but just like souped up. So more puzzles and everything.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm sure we'll hear about that more. But the closer for their show, obviously Mario Odyssey, finally got a release date, October 27th, which just solidifies October as like, holy shit, so much shit is coming out.
Yeah.
And I thought it looked really cool. I thought they did a much better job than when they showed the reveal trailer. With it showing off all the different worlds, showing the different color palettes, showing like how Mario fits into all the different worlds. I'm super excited. All the word out from it is that it's fantastic. So I'm very excited, David. I'm sure you're
only Nintendo could make one game seem like two different reveals.
Yep.
And I feel like they completely did that on purpose. They were hiding a lot when that first reveal hit, probably to generate hype and buzz. Like, it looks weird. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't understand it. And then they kind of brought it full circle with this latest trailer that shows a lot of the game mechanics and why things are so weird looking. And, kind of the theme of the game is visiting bizarre places. The bait and switch in the beginning of the trailer was just amazing.
Oh yeah, I thought they were doing a Monster Hunter thing.
Everybody thought Monster Hunter, and I was like, "What the fuck?" There's not like T-Rexes in Monster Hunter, and and then it was just the perfect segue. And the song was so good. The show tune song that they made for it, everyone loved it. It felt really kind of sad. I got like kind of emotional. It felt like a last hurrah almost.
Is this the first time we saw Bowser in it? Because Pimp Bowser's back, and I'm about that.
I think we
he was
saw
in the
Bowser.
First trailer.
Was he in the first trailer? Okay.
But now we know that it's like there's like a wedding happening with him and Peach, and the wedding planners are the enemies, which I thought that was fun.
That was a cute little wrinkle.
Pauline is back from Donkey Kong. She's the mayor of New Donk City, which is pretty great.
New Donk City is awesome.
So hype, so fucking. I can't even as hype at least as I was for Zelda. So yep, it's gonna be amazing. No
Drew,
doubt.
same boat.
Yeah, same boat. Awesome. The gameplay looks great. The different styles from world to world looks fantastic. And with it dropping the 27th, with all the other games dropping on the 27th, like, if I can only pick one, I'm picking this one.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no other game like a Mario platformer game, and I wouldn't want to miss that compared to the other ones. So.
Yeah, no, I feel bad. Ubisoft had me like kind of. I was like, oh, maybe I'll check out Assassin's Creed. And then it's literally the same day as Mario. And I'm like, all right, well, sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we'll try this. Then that was the end of their press conference. I didn't watch the Treehouse after. They announced two big in quotes 3DS games, which is Metroid: Samus Returns, which is like a 2.5D Metroid kind of game that's coming out this September 15th. Drew, how did you feel? What was your take on that one?
Yeah, no, I when I saw it, because it was Reggie announced it within 15 minutes of the Treehouse starting. I'm actually like really excited. I still have a 3DS, and like I don't want games to keep coming on it, but like if you're gonna give me a Metroid game like this, the like true to like how the old Metroids were, the platforming, and I mean, granted, yes, it is kind of a remake plus,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, of Metroid 2. Um, I watched the gameplay for it and everything. It looks really good. It looks like something I would actually turn my 3DS on for. So
Yeah, I'm bummed it's not on the Switch because like I don't have a 3DS and like I
well,
don't.
yeah,
That,
I mean, I
this
understand
game's
that.
not wanting me making the investment for me, so that's a bummer.
Well,
And
if you're
then
not invested in 3DS already, you're not going to. So
yeah, it's not yeah. And then last was Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions, which
yep.
you wrote it down. That could be made up. I don't really know. That's just a lot of
Okay, all right. So
Nintendo words put
I'm
together.
just gonna take over
But
from
I'm
here
not
since I'm the one who
100% sure.
watched this.
It has minions at the end, which has me nervous too.
I'm gonna take over. I watched this. Okay, so first off, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, if you're not familiar, was the first of the Saga games with Mario and Luigi, and it was on the Game Boy Advance when it first launched, and I believe it's been 14 years since that came out. They're redoing it from the ground up, more or less. You know, they're adding more color, and just like redoing the world for it. And that game is one of the best Game Boy Advance games. It's top 3 for sure. So that'll be a huge like selling point for anybody that's like if anybody wants to buy the new Nintendo 3 or 2DS XL for some fucking reason, you know, buy that. But then they added the whole thing. The Bowser's Minions is a cool new addition to this. It's a full-fledged story with completely new gameplay mechanics. Where in the beginning of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, the Bowser ship crashes, and all of Bowser's minions, so your Goomba and your Boos and Koopas and everything, they get separated. And so this secondary game is playing their story to get back to Bowser. So
Yeah.
it's like a parallel story to the saga, and the gameplay is different because obviously it's not like exploring as much as what it showed was you recruit. It seems like you recruit other minions, say like the Goombas and Koopas, and then you build a team and you have like a leader, and then they just rush at each other. Like you have your enemies, which are other Koopas and like Shy Guys and stuff, which I didn't understand very well, but like they run at each other and you have like different moves you can do and try and like stop power ups that the other leader would have. And so it looked interesting. I mean, that's not what was exciting about this for me.
It's just on
but
3DS, right?
it's just on 3DS. But it wasn't like what was exciting for me about it. But I think it's a cool new addition, and it's not something that they half-assed. It's something that they really put time into.
Well, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that was the Nintendo event. I don't know about you guys, but I think it was probably the best conference. It was short, compact, had awesome first-party stuff in it, had a surprise, had everything you could ask for. And compared to the last few days where we've gotten a lot of games we already knew were coming, it was like nice and fresh to see both new reveals and reveals of old games that made them feel fresh to me. That was kind of my take on it. David, how did you feel?
Agreed. I think it was the best conference.
Yeah.
No bullshit. Cut all the fat. Just like great games being announced. I think they could have swapped out like some of the ARMS shit or something and put the Metroid reveal in there as well.
Yeah.
They like I don't know. That was weird that they did that, but
The,
I guess
no,
like,
the
people
weird. If you want to
watching
talk about the
treehouse.
weird part, it was when Reggie like walked out in that like weird CG house and was like, "Game is life, ball is life," or whatever the fuck he said. It was like real, and then the house just fucking acid tripped, like collapsed behind him, and then he was in like fucking Fire Emblem or something like that. That was a little weird.
I love Reggie. I love everything he does. He's just so fucking quirky and weird, but he manages to be charismatic. I don't understand it. But
Drew,
I thought it was fun.
Drew, you were in the same boat.
Yeah, I was thoroughly surprised at what Nintendo brought to the table. Having said only 2017 games, and they give us 2018 and on games, and then obviously surprises don't make the conference, but announcing Metroid Prime, I mean that's huge for anybody that's like a pretty big Nintendo fanboy, I would say, at least or Metroid fan. Yeah, I mean definitely giving us a date on Mario Odyssey was awesome. They could have probably done with giving us more dates on things.
Yeah.
With as little games as they showed, I mean, just giving me like a time frame of fall or holiday doesn't really cut it when these games should be done or close to it.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, they gave us surprises and new things we didn't know about, whereas everybody else is just like, here's the games you knew about for months now. So yeah, they did a good job. I definitely say their 25 minutes was far surpassed any hour I watched of any other conference.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Outside of E3 generally, we made predictions on last week's episode that we don't have to go through all of them, but so I got 1 point, which is even debatable at that part.
I gave it to you.
I said Tacoma was yeah, you only gave it to me because you fucking already had it in the bag. I said Tacoma was coming out in the summer, and then Drew forced me to say what month. I said July. It's coming out August 2nd in the Microsoft one, so that ended up being true. David, he which one did you got one right?
Pokemon.
Right? Oh, mainline Pokemon game on the Switch.
Switch.
You nailed that today. And then you also said God of War gameplay trailer, which we did get, but you said it was on a holiday, so like I don't know.
1.5 points.
Yeah,
Maybe.
1.5
But Drew was on it, definitely at least
for Sony's conference.
yeah, for Sony's conference, nailed 2 of them. Spider-Man gameplay and 2018 release, got both those things, and Horizon single player or I keep saying that. Horizon DLC, nailed both of those, and you also got Ori 2, nailed that before. You'd done it before anything about it had leaked or anything like that.
I'm the one that leaked it.
That's you're when will you delay it?
Next year.
Yeah. But yeah, that has been our E3 stuff. We'll be back next week. I'm sure there'll be more news going throughout the week, but we'll have a normal show next week. And then you can also, so this will post on Wednesday. So today there's a Current Goes Retro where you play F-Zero, right, Drew?
Yes, that's correct.
And then Friday there will be a hot take about some stuff from E3. But yeah, until next Monday, my name is Charles Blade. You can find me at Charles2 on Twitter. Drew, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Trophy Pops, and catch the Current Goes Retro every Wednesday.
And then David, where can we find you at, man?
My guy Dave on Twitter.
Cool. And you don't want to talk about your Instagram? And
You can look at my Instagram. It's D_morgue, like a morgue where they keep bodies. I do art.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And that has been our show. So we'll see you next week. Bye.